Alright, Diablo players, brand new update coming out tomorrow, which is actually going to be buffing, yes, buffing the Paladin class because of some bug fixes. But in addition to that, all the classes will be benefiting from a brand new event called the March of the Goblins. It's basically making a return, but there are some brand new things to go ahead and unlock. And basically, if you play the game, log in, and you're going to be able to claim these rewards. But let's go ahead and go over all the info that you want with the brand new event, as well as going over the updates. So, again, this update is not live yet, but we do have the patch notes. However,
it's live now, though.
Just going to be bug fixes that buff the Paladin, but there's one in particular that I'm hoping that is getting changed here. So let's go ahead and get started. So as far as it goes, we have a base game update over here. So the season rank objective is getting changed from pit tier 40
I think I'm
to
gonna try
35.
out this Paladin.
Does this really matter? I don't know why, but it's there. They fixed some UI consistency, so expect some little small updates there. But it's really these bug fixes that I'm mostly interested in talking about, as this does technically buff the class because some things weren't applying properly. So there's one in particular
so it's not
that makes
necessarily
an issue where Paladins could not get strength as an affix from sanctification. This is actually a damage boost in most cases because depending on what you're getting, this obviously matters because getting things like the multiple plus skills on a Harlequin would be way better than, let's say, like 100 strength. Hey, getting 100 strength sometimes is better than getting that extra small amount of life percent or whatever the case may be. So it can now roll. So I would wait till tomorrow with this update if you are doing sanctification, if strength can help your build, and in most cases it does because strength also gives you armor, and armor is going to be
this
another
class
damage
looks
multiplier.
insane though, just looking at the gameplay.
And then they also fixed
are you looking at what this man is doing over here in the background? Even if it's not his gameplay, whoever this is right now that's playing is going absolutely so this Paladin class, I'm gonna definitely have to check that out. I done trust and believe me, I done already made my little notes and I already wrote down my my little notes. So I know what to expect. I have not played Diablo 4 in a while. My brother and I were actually gonna play Path of Exiles, but something kind of messed up with that. So we're still working on getting that together, but I was playing Diablo 4, which, if you know, they play very similarly. And this is really making me want to download it again, big time. So we're gonna see if it's if this Diablo 4 Season 11 update is worth playing, because it's live as of today.
Where the extra damage for justice skills tempering affix did not apply properly. So what you should do is wait until this update goes through, because I'm not sure if you have to re-temper on. Assuming that it's going to retroactively activate, you're going to be able to be a-okay, but I would still just wait or reapply it when the new update goes through, just in case. They also fixed an issue where the increase from judgment consumption granted by virtuous charge didn't apply properly, so hopefully these will all be basically buffed up. They also fixed an issue with Arbiter of Justice did not benefit from the reach of the law when Judgment of Uriel was equipped, which is the unique. And then they fixed an issue where the Seraph Wings upgrade for Arbiter of Justice granted higher than intended movement speed. So this is going to be technically a nerf over here, but it's with movement speed. With Rally, you can get pretty much max movement speed, so it is a nerf, but I don't think it's that big of a deal for the Paladin class because the rest are all really good. The class is overtuned, obviously. They fixed an issue with the resolve stacks from the aspect of dominance could fall off randomly, so this is going to be a buff for having those resolve stacks. They fixed an issue where the gauge meter for Arbiter of Justice could stop draining even though the buff itself reduced properly. So that's, I guess this is a visual change, so it's not a buff or nerf, although it should be a buff because if it's visually going to be something where you can see, that's going to be good.
Right,
there's also an issue where they fixed the runes that couldn't be generated by the jeweler. If you guys didn't know, you could basically convert 3 to 1 in terms of a ratio for your runes, but again, it's not really worth it. It's better to go to the Diablo trade website and then just trade your runes there. Although I'm pretty sure this is a low tier one, it doesn't really matter. But they also fixed an issue where the initial quest line would be completed for Eternal Realm, which probably doesn't matter too much because we're talking about season. They fixed an issue where the Call of Paladin couldn't progress. Oh, it's some sort of quest line or something like that. Okay, so that's just a fix for that. So that's it for the Paladin notes. Basically a bunch of bug fixes, so it should be a little bit better. It's basically the strength buff over here that should be overall much better. And then on top of that, they also mentioned capstones. This is for the base game over here. That the capstones, they fixed an issue where the boss could fully reset if the player entered specific locations. Okay, so I guess this is mostly bug fixes. Now there is
Yeah,
one in
that's what it
particular
seems
that
like.
I know that is going to matter a lot. It was with like some sort of reflect damage. Okay, here's what actually matters. If you guys didn't know, I was complaining about this actually last night on stream, where like if you would go to the world boss, I'm sure some of you guys have noticed players would be eliminated by
This
other players.
gameplay
You
is
could be
so
eliminated
beautiful.
even by your
Like,
own follower. Like, yes, the guy that you hire could eliminate you. So this is a bug that has actually existed for quite some time, and it says they fixed an issue where meteors spawned by the essence of Hellfire could reflect Thorn's damage back to the player. So hopefully this is the issue that was causing it, and we
yeah,
won't
that
get
was causing you to
one-shotted
get killed
by,
by your own
again,
teammate, 'cause
our
that's
own
crazy.
NPC or someone in the party. Again, it's a very annoying glitch, but hopefully that will be fixed. And then as far as it goes, I don't think there's anything else super important to really mention here. It's just the other like leaderboard over here where it was viewable, but there was no one on there that was
I do
in
also want to get like
the
a
pit,
meta
but it
build.
doesn't really matter. Basically,
That would
these are
be
the most
nice to
important things, and the
have.
most important thing is that we have the strength affix for the buff. Now, there is a Goblin event coming out, guys, and this has a limited time, by the way, to claim some cosmetics, and obviously there's going to be a bunch of goblins running around, so hopefully this will help people get their mythics. So, from December 18th, again, that's happening tomorrow, until January 6th, they're having some celebration of treasure goblins, and we've seen this before, but there are some newer rewards for this new event over here.
Yeah, I'm
So
definitely gonna
basically,
be
there's going to be a
re-downloading Diablo
reputation
4.
board,
I'm
and this is
probably
the
gonna
last
be playing that next
time that we
stream.
had the March of the Goblin event. So basically, think of just a bunch of like
Not gonna
gold.
lie.
There's extra crafting materials. We got obols over here, some legendaries, and the only thing that's really important, really, that is something that I think players actually care
Like,
about
not only
is
do
the
the
mythic sparks. So you
not
guys
only
can
do the
craft
bug
your
fixes
mythics,
seem
and
really
even if you guys
nice,
already have a
but
mythic, I want you guys
this
to know
gameplay is
that
what's
normally
really
if
getting me. Like, it look it looks so much more in depth than the last time that I played. I'm really interested to see what updates and what in the game in general has changed since the last time that I really want to log on to my PlayStation and see when was the last time that I actually played Diablo. Um, but that'll basically do it for this video. I'm not gonna watch the entire thing. I just wanted to see what the gist of the update was, and the update seems pretty nice. Now, I also saw something for I think like a DLC, but it won't be until like next year, to like February of 2026 or something like that. So that's really what I was looking to get into. But those bug fixes do seem nice. Like those are definitely some nice like quality of life updates.